Welcome to Module 10, Pharmaceutical Microbiology Fundamentals. This module connects core microbiology knowledge with GMP, product quality, contamination control, and patient safety. Pharmaceutical microbiology protects product quality by linking laboratory evidence to controlled manufacturing practice. Reliable microbiological data helps identify risk before it can affect the patient or the product. Water systems are microbiological systems, not only chemical utilities. Effective sampling, biofilm control, and trend review are essential for maintaining pharmaceutical water quality. Sterility awareness requires barrier thinking and disciplined workflows. Isolators, controlled environments, and trained technique work together to reduce contamination risk during critical activities. By the end of this module, you should understand the role of GMP microbiology, core pharmaceutical tests, environmental monitoring, and water control. You should also be able to interpret results cautiously by considering trends, investigations, and product context. In GMP, microbiology supports hygienic manufacturing conditions, raw material and product testing, water surveillance, and environmental monitoring. It also provides evidence for batch decisions, inspections, audits, and contamination investigations. A strong pharmaceutical microbiology program uses several layers of control, including facility design, utilities, materials, personnel behavior, validated methods, and data trending. Testing is not the first line of defense. It confirms whether the contamination control system is working. Common contamination sources include personnel, water systems, raw materials, equipment surfaces, air, HVAC performance, and cleaning gaps. Risk changes with the product type, process stage, operator interventions, and the presence of wet or water-rich conditions. The pharmaceutical microbiology workflow connects sample receipt, preparation, incubation, colony observation, identification, review, and reporting. Every step must be traceable so that a final quality decision can be supported by reliable evidence. Bioburden is the microbial population present on or in a material before a defined processing or control step. Bioburden testing helps evaluate upstream controls, cleaning effectiveness, material quality, and trends that may indicate handling or facility changes. Microbial limits testing evaluates the microbial quality of non-sterile pharmaceutical products. It supports product release and investigation decisions by assessing bacterial counts, yeast and mold counts, specified organisms, and the adequacy of preservation and manufacturing hygiene. TAMC estimates the total aerobic microbial load, while TYMC estimates the yeast and mold burden. These counts are method-dependent estimates, so dilution, recovery, incubation, product matrix, and trend history must be considered during review. Specified microorganism testing focuses on organisms whose presence may signal unacceptable hygiene or product risk. A confirmed result often requires careful identification, source analysis, and investigation because presence or absence can matter more than the total count. An organism is objectionable when it can survive, multiply, compromise quality, or create patient risk in a particular product. Its significance depends on the organism, formulation, preservative system, route of administration, intended users, and manufacturing history. Pharmaceutical water is a critical utility used in cleaning, formulation, rinsing, media preparation, and equipment support. Because wet systems can support biofilm, water control depends on sound design, sanitization, routine sampling, and trend evaluation. Purified water and water for injection have different uses and different control expectations. Water quality should never be judged from one isolated result. It is maintained through system design, monitoring, maintenance, sampling discipline, and trend interpretation. Water sampling must represent the system rather than the sampler. Use the approved sampling point, sterile containers, correct labeling, controlled handling, and suitable transport conditions while recording any abnormal observations. Biofilms are attached microbial communities that can persist inside water systems and release cells intermittently. Low counts do not always rule out risk, especially when recurring isolates or repeated shifts suggest a persistent niche. Environmental monitoring provides evidence that clean rooms and controlled areas remain suitable for their intended operations. It evaluates airborne and surface contamination, personnel contamination, particle control, cleaning effectiveness, and changes over time. In practice, environmental monitoring uses settling plates, active air samplers, contact plates, swabs, glove prints, and particle counters. These tools are useful only when sampling locations, operator behavior, and process context are understood. Viable monitoring measures recoverable microorganisms, while non-viable monitoring measures particles rather than microbial growth. Both datasets support cleanroom control, but they are connected without being identical, so each must be interpreted in context. Cleanroom expectations become stricter as operations move closer to exposed product or sterile surfaces. Rather than memorizing zones alone, ask what is exposed, who intervenes, which surfaces are critical, and how airflow and behavior influence risk. Sterility testing is a specialized test for products that must be sterile, but it does not prove absolute sterility. It samples only part of a batch, so manufacturing controls, aseptic technique, and contamination prevention remain the primary assurance layers. Isolators and barrier systems reduce direct human contact with critical sterile testing and aseptic areas. Their performance depends on glove integrity, decontamination, transfer discipline, airflow or pressure control, environmental monitoring, and accurate deviation records. Method suitability demonstrates that a microbiological method can recover organisms in the presence of the product or sample matrix. Preservatives, pH, viscosity, or antimicrobial ingredients may require neutralization or dilution before results can be trusted. Culture media and incubation conditions are part of the test system and must be controlled before data are accepted. Growth promotion, storage checks, temperature control, suitable incubation duration, and documented deviations all protect result reliability. Microbiological investigations begin when a result exceeds expectations, shows an unusual trend, or reveals a concerning organism. The review should consider sample integrity, method execution, media, equipment, analyst technique, environment, utilities, cleaning, and manufacturing history. A structured OS or OOT response starts with data integrity and notification, then reviews laboratory controls and manufacturing context. Do not invalidate an inconvenient result without a clear assignable error. Use identification and trend data to guide CAPA toward the real weakness. Trend monitoring gives early warning that a water system, cleanroom, process, or material may be changing before formal limits are exceeded. Look for gradual drift, repeated excursions, recurring organisms, maintenance-related changes, and differences between rooms, shifts, or operators. In this case study, increased TMC in an oral syrup batch may be linked to water maintenance, a new preservative raw material, environmental conditions, laboratory factors, or a combination of causes. A disciplined investigation should gather relevant records first, separate laboratory error from manufacturing risk, and use organism identity and trend history to select effective CAPA. Pharmaceutical microbiology is the link between microbial science and GMP decision-making. Reliable methods, prevention-focused controls, disciplined sampling, trend review, and thorough investigations protect product quality and support safer manufacturing decisions.